Hey, welcome to Credit Makes Sense with Netiva, the Frugal CrediTnista, where we answer your questions about money, credit, and everything in between. Today, we are talking about budgeting. So I'm super excited to bring you our Prosperity Partners question today. For those of you who don't know me, I own mnhfinancialservices.com, where we help women and couples over 30 to create custom credit solutions so they can crush their financial goals. I also own online financial literacy school, Credit on Fire Academy, where we teach our students how to master their money, destroy their debts, soar their credit scores so they can leverage it to create wealth. And we run the amazing free Facebook community, Credit Makes Sense, where we talk all things credit, budgeting, home ownership, and so much more. So let's get to our Prosperity Partners question. I do like to read it verbatim to make sure you get the full essence of the question. So the question is, hey, Netiva, I am looking to get my budgeting together. I just don't have the willpower to stick to it. I really don't want to cut anything. I'm not interested in cutting my cable. I'm not interested in limiting myself on entertainment or anything like that. What do you recommend? I recommend getting realistic, honey. I mean, I don't know what your financial situation is, but whenever someone thinks about budgeting, it's because they usually have a goal that they're looking to obtain. They're realizing that in order to do so, they need to get their money on point in order to be able to accomplish them. So if you're not being mindful of where those leaks are coming from or what you're actually spending money on, and you're not willing to make changes to do so, I mean, we're kind of limited on the options. So how about we reel it back and kind of change our mindset on things? Cutting and making our money are the two things that are necessary in order to make it to that next step in crushing our financial goals. That's one of the reasons why we integrate side hustling and negotiating better salaries and all that good stuff inside of my Credit on Fire community. And why I also have a career coach on hand for our women and couples who we coach to be able to consult with someone in order to get their interviewing skills on point, their resumes on point, and all of that good stuff. It is a necessity, okay? It's a must. Now let's talk about this not wanting to cut cable. Depending on your situation, you may not have to cut cable, but I do want you to make sure that you have the company and the program, I guess, the package that's in alignment with what you actually need and use. I know when I had cable, I barely use, I literally watch HGTV, the Food Network occasionally, AMC, and like a few of the cable, the premium channels. Like that's it. And as I started getting more and more busy as a mom, as a wife, as a daughter, as a business owner, that reduced dramatically. And it became replaced more so with feeding my mind with the tools, resources, and education and product, positive mental attitude, personal development, really, in order for me to mentally up level to the level that I wanted my finances and my business to go through. One of the things that Lisa Nichols always spoke about was that you'll never grow where your mind hasn't grown. So you got to grow mentally first in order to accomplish anything. Got off track, but that was word, honey. That was knowledge. So the main thing I want you to do is to change your perspective. The main point of budgeting is so that you can be in control of what you truly desire. So I haven't told you to cut your budget. I haven't told you to stop entertainment and stop living. That may not be what you need to do or desire to do or have to do. Maybe what you're looking at are individuals who are in a totally different financial situation than you, and they had to do those things in order to get out of debt, in order to get over a financial hump, in order to make it to that next step. But on most occasions, if you're constantly looking to increase your income, whatever cuts you make are absolutely temporary until you get over that next step, until more income is being generated so that you can be more mindful or really just making some proper moves in order to get to that next step. You, like I said, may not have to do that. Right now, I want you to simply track, which is what I mentioned in another one of my Credit Makes Sense videos, track where your money is going. I call it a Where Am I Now budget, and just see what you're spending on. As you start really keeping a log and you get to see what you're actually spending your money on, then you can begin directing yourself what you want to peel back on. Do you want to peel back on groceries? Do you want to peel back on getting a lower package on cable? You may find that Hulu and Netflix is all good, or maybe even Sling TV or some of the other, no, there's something else. It's called Set Something. That offer like a gazillion and one channels for like maybe I think 20, 30 bucks a month. So that may be a good option for you. So just evaluating what you're spending your money on, if you are using it, how you are using it, and if you need exactly what you have. And if not, how can you substitute it or replace it so that you're actually using what you're spending money on? I have people paying like $200 a month for cable, a phone, home phone, and I think like internet, when there's another more affordable, cheaper internet plan available, and nobody uses a doggone home phone. Like, really? Stop. So that's just a general example. You did mention something about a meal plan or groceries, and I mentioned something to you about a meal plan. That's because it helped me personally. I'm not a couponer. But if you are looking to kind of peel back, a lot of people go to groceries because that's outside of living expenses, basically a mortgage and rent and daycare. If you have children or a child in daycare, groceries are the #1 expense. So if you see any financial blogger or financial expert mention cutting something, they're usually going to go to the grocery area, getting more in control of that, substituting for generic brand products, meal planning, couponing, because the more money that you can save in there, the more that can go into building up your emergency fund, building up a sinking fund, vacationing, college funding, retirement, investing, et cetera, et cetera. And then next, that's when they start going into insurance and shopping around for the best plan. They go into cable and substituting with Netflix, Sling, and Hulu, as I mentioned before, and other little things like that in order to start reducing costs. If you're a member of Credit on Fire, I put you through a 200 ways to cut the fat challenge, which is cutting expenses, and just giving you 10 over the course of some days, giving you 10 items, 10 to 20 items per day to consider, just to start reducing those expenses so that you can start using the funds or that savings on things that you actually want to. Like, I don't know about you, but I don't have fun paying a cable bill every month. I don't think it's gravy to pay a whole bunch of money at Target or Walmart or wherever I happen to be shopping at. That ain't fun to me. Traveling is fun. Okay, watching my savings account be on point is fun, because now I know that if an emergency happens or something unexpected happens, I'm not going to freak out and have to take out a title loan or a payroll loan, which is something that I've actually done in the past, that I never want to do again, especially at a 300 to 400 interest rate. So this is what I'm talking about. As far as every person's information, every person's financial situation is different, and just really tracking and getting a key on what's going on for you by developing that "Where Are You Now" budget. I don't know if you're in Credit on Fire. You didn't leave your name for me to look it up, but there is a Budgets on Fire course. There is a Debt Rebels Fire Your Debts course. There's also something on meal planning. Like, there's a ton of information in Credit on Fire for you. If you're in a free community, Credit Makes Sense. If you go to the file section, I actually left a Money Mastery workbook for you to go through and just start filling out your "Where Am I Now" budget. And that's literally just tracking exactly where you are now as far as your income and expenses, and kind of seeing where you are, and then putting the strategy in place and what you need to do in order to get to that next level. All right. Hopefully this is dope information for you. If you have any other questions, definitely put them in the comments below. I love reading your comments. Also, if you want to send me a question for my Credit Makes Sense segment, you can send them to social, SOCIAL, at mnhfinancialservices.com. Social at mnhfinancialservices.com. As usual, I left all the links for you to rock out with me, whether you want to do so one-on-one through my Credit on Fire Academy or inside of my free community, Credit Makes Sense. Chat with you soon.